All right, let's tackle a question that is a real head-scratcher for pretty much anyone looking to buy a golf cart. Should you go with gas or should you go electric? It seems so simple, but wow, the debate can get surprisingly heated. So let's just cut through all that noise and figure out which one is truly the right fit for you.
You probably heard it all already, right? Your neighbor, he swears by his gas-powered workhorse. But then your friend over at the golf club says their silent electric cart is the only way to go. It's a classic dilemma, and it's just so easy to get lost in all that conflicting advice.
Because that's really what this all boils down to. It's not about what's better in some abstract sense, but what's better for your specific needs, for your budget, and for your lifestyle. We're going to give you a super simple framework to cut through all the confusion and help you make the right call.
First things first, let's talk about the money. Now, most people start their search right here, but they usually only look at that initial price tag. But the real financial story, that unfolds over years of fuel, maintenance, and battery replacements.
So let's just bust a big myth right out of the gate. A lot of people think that electric carts are way more expensive from the get-go. But the reality is, for new base models, both gas and electric carts fall into a very, very similar price range. We're talking typically between $6,000 and $10,000. The main price difference really comes from the type of battery you choose for an electric cart.
Okay, so here's where the costs really start to split. With a gas cart, you're looking at anywhere from $200 to $400 every single year, just on gasoline. I mean, think of it like a subscription fee that just never goes away.
Now look at this contrast. It's pretty stark. For an electric cart, your annual fuel cost, the electricity to charge it, is only about $50 to $100. Over 5 years, that's a potential savings of over $1,000 just on fuel alone.
But what about replacing the batteries? That's the big ticket item everyone worries about. And this is where the long-term math gets fascinating. So yes, a lithium battery costs the most upfront, no question. But look at that lifespan, 8 to 10 years. Over a decade, your total cost is around $2,300. Now compare that to a traditional lead-acid battery. You'd be replacing those things every few years, costing you over $4,000 in that same period.
And finally, let's talk about regular maintenance. A gas engine. It's complex. You've got oil changes, filters, spark plugs, belts, the whole shebang. All that adds up to about $300 to $500 a year in upkeep. An electric cart, on the other hand, is just so much simpler. It mostly just needs its brakes, tires, and suspension checked, which brings that annual maintenance cost way, way down.
Okay, we've covered the costs. Now let's get into the fun stuff, the driving experience itself. How far can you actually go, and what does the power feel like when you step on that pedal?
When it comes to pure raw range, there's just no contest. A gas cart can go a massive 100 to 180 miles on a single tank of gas. It's incredible. An electric cart with a top-of-the-line lithium battery gets you a very respectable 50 to 80 miles, while, a standard lead-acid setup is quite a bit lower. But this right here is the crucial question you have to ask yourself. I mean, that huge range for gas cart is impressive for sure, but is it necessary for your life? If you're just cruising around the neighborhood or popping down to the clubhouse, even 30 miles is often more than enough for an entire week of use. It really is all about your realistic needs versus the maximum possible capability.
Now let's talk about power, because the numbers on paper do not tell the whole story. Gas carts have higher horsepower, which is fantastic for maintaining speed up steep hills or if you're towing heavy loads, but electric carts deliver instant torque. So what does that mean? Well, while gas has more raw power for the tough jobs, the electric cart actually feels quicker and peppier right from a dead stop. You get that smooth, immediate acceleration the second you touch the pedal.
So, beyond the cost and the performance, there are the everyday realities of ownership. What's it actually like to live with a gas versus an electric cart? I'm telling you, these are the little details that can make a huge difference in how much you enjoy it.
The difference in sound is honestly one of the biggest lifestyle factors. Electric carts, they are nearly silent. You can have a normal conversation while driving, your neighbors won't be bothered, and it's a massive advantage for activities like hunting. Gas carts, well, they have that distinct engine rumble, which some communities and HOAs have even started to restrict because of the noise.
And this gets to the heart of mechanical simplicity. A gas engine has over 1,000 moving parts. An electric motor, around 50. That's just a staggering difference. What it means is that on a day-to-day basis, there is simply far, far less that can wear out or break on an electric cart.
Okay, so we have covered a ton of ground: cost, performance, day-to-day lifestyle. It can feel like a lot to juggle in your head. I get it. So now, we're going to distill all of it down into a simple, actionable framework to help you make your final decision.
So, forget everything else for a moment and just ask yourself these 3 questions. First, how far do you really drive on a typical day? If it's under 30 miles, electric is a fantastic fit. If it's consistently over 50, you should probably lean towards gas. Second, what's your terrain like? For mostly flat ground and neighborhoods, electric is perfect. But for steep hills with heavy loads, gas provides that consistent power you'll want. And finally, number 3, how will you refuel? If you can easily plug it in and charge overnight, electric is super simple. But if you need that cart ready to go at a moment's notice, well, gas offers that instant refuel.
Your answers to those 3 questions point you directly to your ideal cart. See, it's not about which one is universally the best. It's about which one is the right tool for the job that you need it to do. So think about your own use case, and now you can make your choice with confidence.